Yo, what's good, everybody? I'm Trey.
It's your boy Million.
What's up, y'all? It's Ken.
Thank you for tuning into this Closurecast. So what are you expecting from this video?
I'm expecting to show you guys that shit ain't always what it seems.
And what do you mean by that?
You'll see once you tune in.
Do you expect to get closure from this conversation?
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
Are you trying to ruin my life with this episode?
Oh yeah, for sure. So Trey, I hope you answered correctly. I hope you came prepared. Y'all let us know. Welcome all. How are y'all doing today?
Can a brother get seated?
How are you doing today?
Yo.
Welcome, Ken. How are you doing today?
I'm good.
I know y'all was having some issues. Are y'all cool sitting this close together? Y'all cool sitting this close together?
Hell yeah.
Straight.
Okay. All right. So Trey, this is the first part of our closure cast.
Okay.
I am just being the moderator. I'm gonna ask you guys a couple of questions, and I just need y'all to answer as honest as possible. All right.
All right.
Okay.
All
I
right.
can do that.
Okay.
Get some sleep
So,
at night, bro. That's
how
what's
did y'all meet? How did y'all meet?
my twin.
LOL. Yeah. I met John through Colette, which is my line sister, when I first transferred to the Fort Valley State University.
Colette.
Yep. Colette Tolls.
That ends with the E, right?
Yes.
Ends with an S.
Okay.
C-O.
Sexy as Colette.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now he had to throw that in there.
Okay. All right. And continue on with the story.
So yeah, I met her through my twin. What was it? How was it the game night, or was it just the campaign? She was running for Miss Fort Valley, and she had like a campaign movie night, and everybody who was on her campaign team was in the room.
Yeah, John was on the campaign team, but he showed up late. He didn't even come and watch the movie.
For reasons unbeknownst to me.
Okay.
So he walked in and
I was looking rough.
as hell.
Okay. And you still went with him.
Yeah. I mean, that was my first night meeting him. So
Okay.
I.
Okay. Did he have game? Riz, things of that nature.
He wasn't really trying, I don't think.
Ah, okay.
Me personally, I don't take that type of disrespect.
Okay. All right. And continue on.
Yeah, so after that, we exchanged Instagrams. We followed each other. And then she had liked all my pictures.
Oh, no, I didn't. That's the lie. That's the lie. Actually, before we met in person, we met
In class. We had a class, spring 20.
I wasn't even going to say that, but yeah.
We met before. What else?
That's true. We met on the internet first. All right, my line sister Colette, she was like, I got some people, you want to get back out there. I was single, and I was like, yeah. She was like, well, I got some people for you. So she sent me a few Instagrams, and I was just like, oh, okay, these are cool. I'll follow them, and I'll see what's going on. So I ended up following him, and after I followed him, he liked my pictures. That's what he don't want y'all to know. He liked my pictures, and I was like, oh well, I gotta return the favor. I don't want to just leave him high and dry. So I liked a few of his pictures, and it just started from there.
Yeah.
Interesting. Trey, what caught your attention? What did Ken do that caught your attention?
All right, so the first time she ever caught my attention was when we was in that class together. And it was just because she would never say nothing. Like, she wouldn't say nothing to nobody. She would just go to class and leave. And I was like, she different.
I had a boyfriend.
Interesting.
But that was a year before we had even started talking. And then
So y'all, you broke up with your ex-boyfriend, and it was a year, and then you met Trey.
It was like the next semester, or something. Yeah.
So how long was that gap right there?
That was spring, and COVID had happened, and everything.
Okay.
So it was almost a year.
Yeah.
Almost a year. And you was able to heal from that relationship, or was there some baggage there, or how did that?
Nah, it was no baggage. That was cut off. That was it.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, but that's when she first caught my eye when we had that class. I was like, who is this girl? And then after that, Colette, I guess the same way she was lining folks up for her, She had said, I got a friend. I was like, who your friend? She had FaceTime me, and she was like, I got a friend. And I was like, who's your friend? She said, Kennedy. She should have just followed you. She said something like that. I was like, yeah, she said, Kennedy, that's what, talking about that girl that just followed me. And she was like, yeah. And I was like.
It was bad. First of all, I was with Colette during this time. He didn't know I was with Colette.
I did not know she was in the car.
Oh, wow.
This was a phone call conversation. They were on FaceTime, and I was sitting in the passenger seat. And Colette was like, oh, yeah, my friend. So he was like, I don't want your friend. Like, I don't want your friend. And I'm sitting there in the passenger seat. I'm like, oh.
But I had good reasoning. At that point in time, because we was both coming out of a relationship, so I was like, I'm not looking for a good time. I'm not like, she's like a good girl. I'm not looking for a good time.
You was coming out of a relationship yourself.
Yes.
Interesting. How long of a break was that?
What was that like? I think from like we had either broke up in October, early November, late October.
Don't get yourself caught up.
Interesting. I was hoping you would get yourself caught up.
It was like,
don't get yourself caught up.
It was like early November, late October, and then we had that happen in what, January?
Yeah, that was right before spring semester started.
Yeah, so that was like January, or it might have been might have been right after move-in type shit.
So it was about a couple of months, years?
Yeah, couple months
Since you was by yourself.
Yeah. And I was like, I ain't looking for no good time.
He said those words exactly.
I'm looking for a bad time.
A bad time.
Yeah,
That's what
I remember that vividly.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Colette was just like, oh.
And I'm in the passenger seat like, oh, I'm like, dang.
And you still wanted him.
Now, after that, mind you, during this time while he's on the phone with Colette, me and him are texting.
Okay.
So I'm like, when he said that, I was just like, oh, okay, cool. Like, I kind of just.
You're texting while you just said that.
Yeah, he's texting me.
L.
How was I supposed to know? Really Colette the L mans. If we being honest,
she's an L man.
She's an L mans.
No,
she ain't give me no warning. L mans, right? So I didn't even know she was in the car till like months later.
Yeah, I had to tell him once we actually started talking or whatever. I told him, I was like, nah, you're not looking for a good time. You're looking for a bad time. And he was like, where you heard that from? He was like, what?
What you talking about, Willis? But yeah, so that's how I found it. But yeah, so that whole thing happened. But what caught my eye about her was really when we started talking, we had a lot of things in common. Like a lot. Like we come from similar backgrounds. We have the exact same major. So that wasn't the first time we had class together, and it's definitely not the last time we had class together. And just we would like enjoy each other's company. So like the more and more we hung out as just friends, the more and more we realized that this is a relationship that we should cultivate into something bigger than just a friendship.
So before I get into the dirtier questions, I just wanted to see, what do y'all like about each other the most? What do you want to do? What do you like about each other the most?
I like the fact that Trey is driven. He's driven. That's something that attracted me to him. Like, of course, not off of just seeing him, but after getting to know him, I was like, dang, like, he's driven and I'm driven. So that kind of just is one of the ways we kind of click. That's one of the things I liked about him.
The thing that I liked the most about her was how, like, it's just, she's amazing. Like, it's hard to explain.
Go in depth, brother. I'm helping you out. Go in depth. That was a little basic. She gave a little bit more.
Dang, she gave more than me, you feel? But yeah, like really, so like the thing that I like most about her is like we always seem to, like, yeah, she's made, like we always seen eye to eye on every single thing that we said that we wanted from a relationship. That's one thing that I liked about her. Also, she's just an all around amazing person. Like, she's nice, patient, works with you, is driven, just as motivated as I am. She's just as motivated as me, and I felt as if. So I guess what I'm trying to say is the thing that I like most is she's weak where I'm strong, and I'm strong where she's weak.
Type shit.
Things of that nature. Things of that nature.
Okay, that was nice. That
Really
was
deep
nice.
down.
That was nice. So, how long were y'all together?
9 months.
9 months. Is
Yes.
that on and off? Is that all together?
That was if all together. It was probably like a year or something.
Okay.
But 9 months, like of the longest we were actually together, like boyfriend girlfriend for a continuous period of time was 9 months.
9 months.
Yeah.
That's the longest y'all been.
Yes.
So
But
what caused that first breakup?
the first breakup was me. Really, all the times we broke up was me. So
Interesting.
at the beginning of our relationship, or you want to tell it?
No, you got it. I'll chime in if need be, but you got it.
At the beginning of our relationship, I wasn't. All those things that I said that I cared about, I didn't show it. So I was talking to other people, DMing other girls, and then in one case, a girl that I was messaging and stuff sent her the screenshot of everything.
And you know what? It's more sticky than just that too. Like,
How sticky does it get?
John and I were RAs, right? We were residential assistants at Fort Valley State University. Of course I'm gonna leave names out of it or whatever, but
Please feel free to drop.
No free clout.
Yeah, no. So he actually was messaging one of the RAs, like one of the other RAs. And it was crazy because we had just had an organizational fair for the school or whatever. So we were all out there. Then I had to go to work. But my building had like a meeting. We had like a building meeting going on. And one of my coworkers was like, you don't date John, do you? And like when somebody sets it up like that, it's like,
Oh shit.
so I'm like, yeah, I do. And he was just like, and I was like, what is that for? Mind you, we're in a meeting.
This coworker is a guy?
Yeah, the coworker was a guy.
Kinda.
Don't do that. The coworker's a guy.
Kinda.
The coworker's a guy.
All right.
And he was just like, well, I think there's something you should know. So he was like, the girl wants to tell you, everything that's been going on. And this is during a whole meeting. Like, I'm in front of people. So during the meeting, she sent me all the screenshots from like text messages, Instagram, everything. So, yeah.
Text messages, Instagram, Facebook,
Even like, bro,
LinkedIn.
she was sending shit before me and Ken even was really dating for. I was like, damn, like, okay.
She
Do you want to
everything.
explain yourself?
I was wrong. It ain't shit to explain.
It was wrong.
I was wrong.
So why do you feel
wrong.
like you did that, Trey?
Really deep down, bro. Why are you laughing? Really deep down, I think I said it before when we were on the podcast. We even posted the clip of this. It had nothing to do with who she is as a person. It had nothing to do with her not being enough for me or nothing like that. It was my own insecurities taking over my mind and thinking that I was just lucky to have a beautiful girl opposed to actually just chiming in on what I have and cultivating where I was. I wanted to see if other people still found me attractive.
You wanted to see if other people still found you attractive.
Yes.
Okay, let me get that in my notes real quick.
Oh, my goodness.
What all did you see?
Oh, I saw some of everything. Like, he was really trying. Like, and I think the thing that made me the most upset, like, of course I was mad that my boyfriend was, messaging and hanging out and linking up. I think what made it the most upsetting for me was the fact that I had suspicions about it. And one thing about it, female intuition never lies. Like, I don't know who said it in their song, but when she said my female intuition never, she meant that because it never does.
Right.
I had speculations about it before school started, and he looked me square in my face and was like, nah.
Dog.
He was like, nah. Mind you, me and this girl had conversations. Like, she's asking about, my business, like really having in-depth conversations because we're coworkers. And so, yeah, I think that was just the part that kind of tripped me out for real.
And how did that make you feel,
I felt like any other female would in the situation. I felt hurt. I felt betrayed. I was like, dang, I'm out here being 110% loyal. Like, I'm turning down niggas for real.
110? You
Yeah, 110. Nah. No, like, literally, I was hardcore curving niggas.
Trey, is that correct?
Yeah.
I was hard.
100%?
100%.
I'm so serious. At that point in time, I was hardcore curving niggas. And that's what made me even more mad, because I'm just like, well, dang, if I knew what we was on, I could have, But yeah, it is what it is.
So that was your first time breaking up.
Yes.
Got back together somehow, some way.
Yeah.
What made you take this Negro back?
I believed him when he said it wasn't gonna happen again. It was just,
he hit you with the loop-de-loop.
yeah, he hit me with the loop-de-loop, and I fell for it. I was just like, okay, cool. He said it's not gonna happen again. That time I didn't even tell a lot of people about that one. I think I probably only told like one or two Lawn sisters, maybe.
Yeah.
I didn't even tell a lot of people because it was embarrassing, and then I knew I was gonna go back. So
right.
I mean, shit, why would I?
Right.
So yeah, I was just in love.
You was just in love, or
I was just in love.
Was?
Yeah, I was just in love. Like, during that time, I was just in love. That's why I went back.
Is there any love connection anymore?
From just me, or are you asking me and him? I feel like I'm in a hot seat. Okay.
I know how Trey feels.
I care about him. I do. I really do. I still have love for him.
Okay.
I mean, I don't think you can build something with somebody and be with somebody for that long and go through so much shit with somebody for that long and not have love for them. Like, if you don't have love for them, what were you doing it for? Like, that doesn't just go away. Like, yeah.
So how many times would y'all say that y'all broken up throughout y'all's
Like 3.
3 times?
Yeah,
So
3
the second time, more the same thing. I was asleep. She had went through my phone, and she saw some mess.
Hold on. Did you have your phone locked?
Yeah, my phone was locked. But she knows my password. She still know my password.
That's where you went wrong, my brother. No, I'm playing. Go ahead, continue.
But yeah, but at the time, I don't think she knew it, cause like now we laugh at the story. So she was like, I was trying every single combination of Kayla 08, every single combination of David, every single combination of Ava until she figured out what it was. So, cause at that point she didn't know. I had told her, but she didn't know it for real. So yeah, she had went through my phone, and it was like I was DMing people hard eyes, flirting with people.
Now, is that cheating?
Yes, it is.
For sure.
Hard eyes?
For sure. What do you what hard eyes?
That's
in
equivalent
a
to liking the story
relationship,
now.
That doesn't mean that you stop feeling attraction to others, though, right?
No, but that's that's disrespectful.
Yeah.
Like, let's say, and it also depends on what you're hard eyeing. If a female posts like something where she's half naked, or she has her boobs out, or her ass is out, or whatever, and you're hard eyeing it, like that lets them know you like what you see, and you're in a relationship. Like,
you like what you see. Was that what he was liking at the time?
What do you mean?
Like, was that the hard eyes?
Was that the pictures that he was hard eyeing?
Yeah.
Half naked?
Yeah.
He wasn't liking any quotes?
Nah, nothing
Women love
spiritual.
liking quotes.
Nothing. Nah, he wasn't. Nah, it wasn't anything like that. And the crazy thing is, like, the day I went through his phone that day, I really set it up. Like, I was on a mission, because I just felt like one thing that I know I have to work on when things are going too good. I'd be like, nah, like something's up. Okay. Like something is up. I gotta let me fish around and see what I can find. So this day, during this time, I was our like royal court manager, right? So I would travel with the court. I would be there to help them get ready and, you know, let them know, remind them of dates and things like that. But this one event I didn't go to. I was like, nah, I'm gonna sit this one out. And I went to work and I had time to think. I was just like, I feel like things are just going too good. Like, I need to get in his phone. Like, I need to see what's going on. So one of my line sisters, she kind of mapped it out for me. She was like, this is how you need to do it. This is how you need to do it. Because I had never really done this before. She was like, this is how you need to do it. She helped me set up the plan. And I
See, I didn't know about all that. I ain't know that. That's crazy.
Listen.
Such L's.
That's what I'm saying. L-man, for real.
I had never done it before, so she was trying to make sure I had a successful. She wanted to make sure I saw what I needed to see, if there was anything to be seen at all. So when he came back, we were chilling. We were watching a movie. She was like, "Yeah, put on a movie that y'all could like fall asleep to. Nothing real interesting."
Ladies, listen to this. Take notes.
She was like, put on a movie that y'all could fall asleep to. Nothing too interesting because then he's going to stay up. He's going to want to watch it.
This is new to me.
So I'm like, okay, I can do that. So I put on this movie. Mind you, when he comes in, I'm like, oh, yeah, like, I put on this movie. I think, we would like, this would be a good movie for us to watch. He was like, oh, I already saw this movie. I was like, oh, that's perfect. Like, in my head, I'm like, oh.
They're such geniuses.
Such geniuses.
So,
and then when I say she was hyping this movie up, dog.
No, it really was a good movie, though.
The movie good. What movie? It was I Care About You.
I Care a Lot.
I Care a Lot. Okay. That movie is hard.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a really good movie. But good thing he had already seen it. So I was actually up watching the movie. He fell asleep. So one thing about John, like, he snores in his sleep. That's how you know he's in a deep sleep. So when he first went to sleep, I couldn't really do nothing because I knew if I moved or he heard anything, he was gonna wake up. So he this sounds really bad now that I'm like retelling it. But I mean,
that's why I need it.
It's gonna help somebody. It's gonna help somebody. So he fell asleep and I put TikTok on my phone, right? I was listening to TikTok. So I knew if he did kind of wake up in the middle of the night, he would hear TikTok. Because I just kept the same TikTok playing. I know I ran up that person's views like crazy. Because for hours, it was just on the same TikTok. So when I first got his phone, like, I was putting in the code, but it wasn't working. I was like, dang, did he change his code? Like, did I do all of this for nothing? Like, did I just waste time or whatever? So I just kept trying. Got locked out for 1 minute. Got locked out for 5 minutes. So I kept going. I eventually got in. And what I saw, y'all, like, yeah, he was cheating on me, for sure. He was definitely cheating on me. Like, I figured everything was, too good to be true. And I didn't want to be walking around looking like a fool anymore. I just at least wanted to know. I knew he wasn't going to tell me. So, I took pictures of everything from my phone. And then I cleared out the apps. And then I put the apps back in order.
Wow.
I ain't even know.
I put the apps back in order. That way, when he, got his phone, nothing was off. So I went to the bathroom. I'm trying to get myself together. I'm crying. I'm mad. I'm very much mad.
You didn't hit him or anything?
No.
Okay.
I got up. He's still sleeping like a baby. I went to the bathroom. I texted my line sister, and I was like, "Girl," and she was like, "You want me to pull up?" Like, she was like, do I need to pull up? She was like, I'm on the way. I was like, no. I was like, no, I could do it. Cause she would have been on the way for real. She stayed like down the street. So, I came back in the room. I cut on the light, like hard, like as if I'm in a movie. Okay. I cut on the light. He didn't wake up. He's still snoring. I slammed the door. He gets up. I'm like, Trey. He was like, huh? I was like, who is such and such?
I was like, bro, what is you talking about, bro?
That's exactly what he said. That's exactly what he said.
So you acted like you didn't know. Did you know?
Honestly?
Honest to God.
Did I know?
Did you
like
know?
Who she was talking about at that point in time?
Yes.
I was half asleep. I ain't hear the name.
Okay.
That's why I said, what is you talking about? And then she said, who is? I was like, bruh, what is you talking about? And that's when I was like, oh shit, she knows something. That when she said who is again, I said, oh yeah.
So
shit,
did you tell the truth?
Eventually, I ain't tell the truth off.
Eventually, that night, how did it go, Ken?
All right, so after I asked him who the person was or whatever, he was just like, oh, I forgot who he said she was, but he was downplaying it hard. And mind you, I had already seen all the messages. And that night is kind of a blur. I'm not even gonna lie. It was so much going on that
I
night.
can tell you what happened.
Oh, okay.
Let's hear it.
So after that, you know, we talk about it, and it's not the most sanctified conversation. We're definitely yelling at each other, this, that, and third. And eventually, she's like, bro, get the fuck out of my room or something. Not get the fuck out. She said she kicks me out though, and I leave. So we arguing, and the first thing I do is I call Troy. Like, y'all already know. Troy, like, it's every time I call him first, but I was like, hey, bro, you up, bro? He was like, yeah, I'm up, bro. I was like, bro, let's just go to Waffle House or something. So we drive, we talk, and then we come back. And then after that, like, me and Kim probably don't talk for another, I want to say, probably we don't communicate with each other for another week. Eventually, we start talking to each other again, and then we come to terms like, all right, this is something that we both want to do. And then we laid out rules, and then for a while, it was going good. Like, the rules were working, and we were doing our thing. But eventually, I feel as if she felt that same feeling of shit just too good to be true. So I'm asleep. Mind you, this time is probably like the one time where she didn't really find anything crazy. But it was more the fact that, do you think it was something crazy? Because I'm going to tell you what she found.
What's that face?
I found something crazy. Like, okay. At the end of the last breakup that we had, we said we weren't going to go through each other's phones anymore. Because he was also going through my phone. Like, it wasn't just...
Not at that point in time. After that. After you was going through, I went through yours. I did. I went through her phone. I'm not going to count.
But you went through my phone, like, more than once.
Yeah.
Yes.
Finally.
You went through my phone more than once. It wasn't just me going through his phone.
Was it a lack of trust, Trey?
I just wanted to see.
I think it was after he got caught, he felt like I was going, like,
Take
him back and try to get
that
back.
lick back.
Yeah.
Get that lick back.
So he was definitely going through my phone, and, you know, like, yeah. So we had said we're not going to do that no more. It was a new year, new us. We weren't going to do that no more. Everything was good. Of course, he went through my phone. Like, within, I don't even think if it was a month later.
It was like, if we had got back, it was like February. It wasn't even probably a month.
It wasn't even a month later.
Did you find anything?
Not really. I was just
not
like,
really.
Cause like it would be niggas heart eyeing her shit, and she would just like, thank you, and then but by the time they get to the how are you, like she'll play into it until they start asking for phone numbers and shit, and I'm like, all right, that's not that bad, but don't do that.
Did you have an issue with it at the time though?
Yeah, cause I'm like, bro, like,
how does that make you feel, brother?
It don't make me feel like nothing. It's just the same way she felt like me sending heart eyes was giving those girls a victory, saying that they could possibly have me. It's the same way I felt when she was responding like you're making them feel as if they have a chance. So I had that same issue. But yeah, so getting into that. So yeah, so like I had went through her phone, found that, and then so this night it was like a Sunday. I forget the exact day. It was like March. I want to say like 5th or 6th.
I feel like it was end of February, beginning of March.
That's what I'm saying. It was definitely early March because it was at the end of campaign week. It was right after campaign week.
Mm-hmm.
Campaign week ended like March 1st, so or 2nd. So it was like the 4th, the 5th, one of those days. I fall asleep, and I'm sleeping like a baby. I have to wake up the next morning like 8 because I have to be on an internship call at 9 in Houston. So, or is it 10 in Houston, 9 here, whatever. I had to be on an internship call. I was tutoring for Teach for America. So I'm asleep, and then she wakes me up out of my sleep and says, "Who is?" Oh, damn. We're gonna have to cut that.
Hold on, you said who is what?
Nobody.
We dead ass gonna have to cut that.
I got it.
Okay. But she was like, "Who is this?" I'm like, "Bro, like," cause I'm about to tell you, like, I'm gonna tell you why you gonna have to cut it, cause this her real business like shit. But she was like, "Who is this person?" And I said, "This person is like my friend from North Carolina Central. She is going through something with her boyfriend that I had experienced previously, and she was just asking how I dealt with it." And she was really like, "That's some bullshit." And then she had asked some more about 2 other girls that I had a group chat with, and the reason why she was mad about them is because I said all we do is do homework together, but like we would hang out and watch movies and shit. And
But the thing about it, okay, going back to the first girl, they were having phone call conversations at like 3 a.m. Why are you not asleep? Like I feel like nothing is wrong with you having friends. This was my whole thing. Nothing's wrong with you having friends of the opposite sex, because I had friends of the opposite sex too. But set boundaries. Like, he had no boundaries. People would be able to call him any time of the night. Like, females would be able to call him any time of the night, and they have full-blown conversations. Like, no, table that shit till tomorrow. Like, till a decent time. Like, 9 o'clock, actually by 10 o'clock, there should be no more, like, phone conversations.
So is that cheating also?
I feel like yes, because he did it behind my back. He didn't tell me. He never said, hey, can I have a friend who is going through a tough time? Like, I feel like women are understanding. If you tell us, like, hey, this is what's going on before shit hits the fan, we're gonna be like, okay, cool. Like, I can see that. But if you're keeping it from me and y'all are having multiple conversations and I don't know about it behind my back, you can only talk to this person when I'm not around. That's sketchy. It's gonna be hard for me to believe anything that you say.
So my question is, when let's say Trey was to own up to it and come to you and say, hey, I may have said this thing to this lady behind your back, right? Would you have still accepted him and forgiven him?
If he told me before I had to find out?
Yes.
Straight cow. Really deep down, she already knowing.
No. I feel like, okay, in all honesty, I probably still would have felt a way. But something that I've always told John, like, I would be like, as long as you...
Trey, we on the podcast.
Ooh. Well, excuse me. Something that I've always told Trey was, if you tell me first, like, if I hear it from you first, I'll have so much more respect for you. Like, I would be more willing to work through it if I hear it from you versus hearing it from somebody else. Like, that's the thing. I don't do too well with embarrassment. I don't do too well with surprises. That's not me. Like, if I hear it from you first, then that's straight. But the thing about it is, the girl was actually texting Trey. I was going through his phone at 4 a.m. By 4:13, around that time, I ain't even gonna lie, like, I vividly remember it, she was texting him. Like, why is she comfortable texting you at 4 o'clock in the morning? Like, it's cool. Like, they're carrying on a conversation. The message thread was deleted because he had sent the last message, and I know he sent the last message because when she texted him back, it was continuing a conversation. So now you want me to believe that you're just trying to help out your friend, but you're deleting messages. You're only talking to this person behind my back. Like, no, it's not giving what you're trying to make me believe. So,
and this is around the time where you started. You after the breakup, you started crying. I think.
That wasn't it. I'm gonna tell you. Can we get there?
We're not even there yet.
Yeah, we're not even there yet. So
we're still in a relationship.
Yeah. So after that happens, right? She really wasn't even, and that's why I say, like, she really wasn't even mad. Like, that wasn't even that bad. Like, we've had conversations about it. Like, she wasn't even mad that was the thing. Like, what she was mad about is after the fact, I was pissed because I'm like, damn, bro, like, we said we wasn't doing it. Granted, I did do it, so like, I can't be too mad. But at that point in time, I was like, bro, you said you wasn't gonna do this no more, and then you do it again, and now I can't even fucking sleep, like,
right?
Because that's what I'm thinking. I have to be up at 9, and now I'm already pissed. So I'm pissed. Like, she wasn't even mad. Like, she just asked me who that was, and I had the attitude. I was angry. So eventually, I started playing a YouTube video loud as fuck. Because I knew it was going to bother both of us. And we both weren't going to be able to sleep. And I had tried to go back to sleep. And then I didn't. And then I just said some things that I definitely shouldn't have said. And I also kicked her out of my room.
Oh, you kicked her out?
Yeah, I kicked her out.
Like, hard. Like I told him, I was like, okay, we can talk about this later. We don't have to talk about it right now. Because he did have an internship at like 9 a.m. that he had to be up for. So, mind you, I'm pissed. Of course, I'm very, very upset. At the things that I found on his phone, but still I'm like, okay, he has to wake up in the morning. Like, let's be for real. Like, we can have this conversation another time, go back to sleep. And I kept telling him, I was just like, go back to sleep, don't worry about it, we can talk about it later. He was like, nah. Like, I'm rolled over, snuggled up. He gets up, he takes the blanket off me, the cover off me. He's like,
get out,
out.
I was mad. And then in times, I don't even know why, because in times past when stuff like that would happen, I just go sleep on the couch. Like, really, like, legit. Like, it's been multiple occasions where we got in an argument, and I just say, fuck it, I'll just go sleep on the couch and call it a day. But for some reason, I was just extremely mad that day. And then after that, we broke up for a minute. And that was that. Yeah. That was it. That was the end of it. And then, but when I had started crying, that was probably after spring break because she had sent me a very long message. It was two of them. One was like 8 minutes. The other one was like 13 minutes. And I listened like every second of it. And at the end of it, she was like, Ken is signing out. Goodbye, John B. And I was like, the fuck? I was like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, so I'm like, and when I get emotional, I start blowing shit up. So I'm like, bro, like, what does this mean? Like, are you leaving me for real? Like, what? Like, we could work it out. Like, you said you needed space. I gave you time. I didn't want to.
Give me my purse. I want to spit.
All right. So like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, what? Like, nah, we not done type shit. But she was done, and that's when I had got like emotional.
But was she really?
Oh, I was done.
She was.
No, we were broken up. And that was
like March.
That was beginning of March.
That was after spring break. So it was like,
well, no, I broke up with you whenever I found out the stuff was going on. So that was beginning of March. So March, April, May, June, July. What is this, August?
Yeah.
So 6 months.
Okay. And I just wonder, right? You kept on saying this woman's intuition. I don't call it that. I call it trust issues. That's all that I was getting from it.
Preach, my brother.
I call it trust issues.
Because really deep down, that's all it is.
That's all that
Absolutely
it is.
not. Absolutely not.
Can you
Absolutely not.
What is explain the difference?
The difference in trust issues is like with trust issues, I feel like you're having no clue whatsoever. Like you're just kind of fishing for stuff. Nothing kind of trips it out. Each time that I felt like something was going on, the reason why something was actually going on was because I had a signal. I promise you. It would be like he would either, when we're around, he would fold his phone down or
hold on. We're not gonna act like that's a thing.
That is a thing.
My thing is not right now.
Oh, well, Million, come on now.
My thing is not right now.
Well,
What are you saying?
Are you? That is a thing. It's a thing, especially for for Trey. It's a thing. It's a thing. I promise you, it's a thing.
It's a thing.
He would take his phone everywhere.
So now,
she get mad because I took a shit with my phone. Everybody take a shit with their phone.
No, not just that. I mean, you would take it everywhere. Like even if he went to go warm up freaking hot chocolate, he would take the phone. Like if he stepped out the room for a second, he would take the phone. I'm like, all right, now this is.
I feel like everybody.
He wouldn't even be near his phone, but he would make it his mission to go find his phone, get his phone, and then like that's too much.
Now, could it possibly be? Just stick with me now. Trust issues that are making you think that these are warnings when they may not be there.
No, they're there. I promise you, they're there. You know what? Actually,
Hold up. Trey, where's your phone right now, brother?
In my pocket.
On him.
It's on your pocket.
It's in my pocket.
On him.
You're a dog.
On him.
Nigga, what?
He keep
It's
it
not
on.
out right now. You're a dog.
We're recording.
My phone is out.
No, but that's her logic, though.
But no.
I was going to say, I was like, Million,
That's
we
her
got a
logic,
rule
though.
with no phones. I was like, this nigga doing me dirty.
No. Listen.
L man.
This is why I feel like they were signals. All right, boom. Let me set it up. One time we were in the caf, right?
Okay.
In the caf chilling, we're eating together. We used to go to the caf together all the time, really. And these girls come up, right? They never said anything to me. Mind you, we're sitting like this. Actually, no, closer. Mm-hmm. And they would just be like, hey, Trey. And I'm sitting here like, am I not here? Like, I know they don't know me, but you can at least say, hey, y'all. Or like, hey, Trey. Hey, at least acknowledge my presence. They would never do that. From a female standpoint, I know what that means. Oh, I know what that means for sure. If a girl doesn't feel comfortable acknowledging the dude's girlfriend or who the dude is with, something's going on. I didn't say anything when it first happened. The second time it happened, I came to him and I was like, you don't find it kind of strange that your friends don't say anything to me? Like, I'd be damned if one of my guy friends came up and me and Trey were together and they didn't acknowledge his presence. Like, what do you mean?
Has that ever happened, brother?
I don't be paying attention.
Oh no,
And that's
be
what I'm
honest.
saying. That's what I'm
Be
saying.
honest.
I can't say that it's never. I can't say
You
that
don't
it's
pay
happened.
attention.
I brought it
because
to
you
your-
may trust her more than she trusts.
So like,
No.
but when dudes look like when dudes come up, they'll probably like it's probably been multiple occasions where sitting in the booth, one of them niggas would come up try to flirt with you, and I like not say nothing to me like that. Dark
When we
skin
weren't
nigga.
together.
No, when we was together. I'm talking about that dark skin nigga.
the dark skinned nigga.
Who?
Who is this dark
Nah,
skinned
he
nigga?
ain't a factor for
See,
real.
I'm trying to figure this out.
I don't even
Who's
know
this
who he's
dark
talking
skinned
about.
That nigga that stayed in your building on your floor.
nigga? Not the nigga in your building.
He was old as hell. And we was talking to him about Greek life. He was like, I ain't doing all that.
Oh,
Him. He would like, but that I don't count that because that wasn't really her friend. You know what I'm saying?
He
So
wasn't
it'd
my
be shit
friend.
like
He was
that.
a resident.
Yeah.
He ain't even. He was.
But-
But these girls were his friends, and Trey never said like, y'all don't see Ken. He never said anything. They would hug and everything. They would do a little handshake and everything. And I'm sitting there. It's awkward. I'm sitting there like,
You handshaking women now?
they
You
made
got
a
handshakes?
handshake. They made a
Bro,
handshake.
it wasn't a real handshake.
They made a
bro.
handshake, bro. So one day I did bring it to his attention. I was just like, you don't find it strange that they do that? He was like,
Hold on. Do y'all have a handshake?
Yeah.
we do. We do. And that, no. We do, and that's the problem. He tried to, no. So I'm like, dang, y'all got a handshake? So I brought it to his attention. He was like, oh, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Like, you're tripping. I can't control His thing was, I can't control grown-ass females.
You
That's
sure
what he
can,
told
though.
me.
You can't though. You can control what you do with them though.
He told me they was only friends, right?
Yeah.
One day I come to the booth. They
No.
in there again.
I
They in
told-
there again.
No,
No. He didn't tell me they was friends.
I
He said all we
was
do is homework.
Yeah, all we do is homework, and that was the problem because they were my friends. So we were actually, like I said, and that's the movie girls I was talking about. Where I was like, we'll go, like we'll watch, we'll do homework, watch movies together, hang out. But it was that. But I never told her like, hey, we do more than just homework together, and that was the issue.
And not even
what's
just
crazy?
that. They did all that stuff when I wasn't around.
You know what's crazy about this? Trey, we don't even have a handshake, brother.
Oh,
We don't even have a handshake.
whoop, that is.
Not you hurt. This nigga hurt.
That is crazy.
You want a
That is
handshake?
crazy.
Man, we can have a handshake, bro.
No. I'm just saying, why did you feel the need to have a handshake with these women?
It wasn't really like something that happened planned.
How don't you plan a
That
handshake?
doesn't
How
sound
don't
right.
you plan?
Oh,
You
God.
just walk
About
up and
right.
fall into a
That
handshake.
doesn't
No,
sound about
no, I'm
right.
saying like when we came up with it, like it wasn't something where I was like, hey, bro, we need to make a handshake. We had literally just did that, and then we just started doing that every time. It wasn't a real ass handshake. It was like a double tap.
Oh,
Yeah.
so it was like an inside joke.
Like, yeah, like it was like,
Yeah.
it was like,
So you
No,
had inside jokes with
no,
other women.
no.
here this nigga go.
Facts.
Instigating. L Mans. Put L Mans in the comments.
That is crazy. I do still think you have trust issues.
Bruh.
I do see.
I need another woman here.
I
Like,
do
this
still
is.
think you have trust issues,
No.
though.
Okay, you know
But
what?
they might. But I'm not saying that they're not for a reason. But you don't think you have slight trust issues?
Why can't
towards
it be
him?
intuition? Like, it's
Have
not
you
that I
ever been
don't
through his
trust.
phone and not seen anything?
No.
Would you
No.
be willing to?
No. Every time I went through it,
Would
it
you
was
be-
always something every time. At one point, I was just like, dang, like, let me just, I got to stop. Every time I went through it, it was always something.
And Trey, whenever you go through her phone, you've never seen anything.
It was always something that bothered me, but a lot of times I just say fuck it. Like
So every time you went through my phone, you
I
found
only went
something
through-
like that?
I only went through your phone like twice though.
And you trust her though,
Yeah, to this day.
and you've only been through her phone twice.
Yeah,
How many times would you say that you've been through his phone? Be honest.
4.
Probably 4, yeah.
4 times.
4.
So double his.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think she had went through my phone 3 times before that, and then I said, let me. You don't think it was
That's
3?
about 7 times. That's about 7 times.
No, he's saying I went through his phone so many times before he went through mine, and that's not true. It was each time, it would kind of be like I go through his, he go through mine. I go through his, he go through mine. Like,
Right.
and that's how it happened. Like I went through his, then he went through mine. Then I went through his, then he went through mine. Then I went through his, and we broke up.
Yeah.
Would you be willing to go through her phone?
No.
Okay.
Like now,
Pass the test, brother. You passed the test.
like now.
Yeah, right now.
No. There's no point. We've agreed that we're not doing that, so we're not doing that.
And we're not. I mean, like we're not together. So, I mean, why would you need to?
Right.
I'm not eager to go through his phone. I mean, he doing whatever he want to do. He's single.
Right. So about that breakup, would y'all ever see yourselves getting back together?
You want to answer
Go
first?
ahead. What?
Don't answer at the
All
same
right.
time.
All right. We would have to grow, and we would have to show each other that we've grown, like for that to really happen. I think. Yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that.
What would you like to see in the growth, though? What more growth can you expect from him?
He's very friendly, and that's something that I don't mind you being friendly and having friends, but no, I do mind you being friendly. I don't mind you being nice. He's a nice guy, but he's also friendly, meaning he doesn't set boundaries when it comes to females. Like, they can do and say whatever, and he's okay with that. Okay. He doesn't set boundaries. That would be something that I would have to see. Like, you're able to set boundaries. Like he said before, I can't control females. You kind of can. You kind of can. Just like I can control the guys when they would start asking, like, oh, how you doing? Like, can I get your number? Nah. That's setting a boundary. Like, I'm sorry, I have a boyfriend. That's setting a boundary. Or I'm sorry, I'm unavailable, or I'm not into that. That's setting boundaries. And he liked that a lot. So
what would you want to see from her growth wise, Trey?
Patience. That's really it. That's all I ever asked for.
Go in depth.
Like, she knows I have her back through anything. And I know that she has mine. It's just a lot of times when something she doesn't like happens, she doesn't wait to kind of figure out, well, this, that, and the third. If she don't like it, she don't like it, and it's over. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times it's like, well, damn, like, just be patient. You know what I'm saying? That's really all I would want to see from her. Other than that, she's the perfect woman.
Have anything to say about that? Patience?
I'm gonna just say I feel like at a certain point it's like I personally, I know I'm not perfect. Nobody's perfect,
Right,
of course.
right.
But I feel like I had a lot of patience.
She did. I ain't gonna care. She did.
To keep going back and keep giving chance after chance after chance after, like, you go through so many depressive stages, and I'm not even like saying depression in a slight way, because I feel like nowadays people use it, you know, they just throw it around, oh yeah, I'm depressed, but like, no, when you go through certain stuff like that from somebody that you actually love and you care about, you get really depressed, and then pulling yourself out of that to then give that person another chance, I feel like that's a lot of patience. That's just me though.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying then. I'm saying now. That's the only thing I would ask for.
Oh, to still give you like patience, or still have
still have patience with me.
Yeah.
And that's really all I want to see. That's it.
Just the patience.
Just the patience.
And then you said aside from that, she's the perfect
Woman.
Do y'all see marriage in the future, or am I going too far into the future?
Yeah, I mean, we're not one step at a time. Like, you gotta start somewhere. One step.
Gotta
at a
walk
time.
for you. I mean, gotta crawl for you walk. I was gonna say walk for
You
you.
could have said
run.
walk for you run.
But
That's true too.
I was going to crawl route. I ain't gonna cap. I couldn't even play that off.
I got you.
Okay, so what is y'all status right now? Are y'all made up?
No, we're
Working on it.
yeah.
Working on it. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that.
We're friends again. There's a point in time where
Bro.
we
Was enemies.
What?
Enemies.
Hard.
Definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely the antagonist in my life.
Oh yeah, he was the villain. He was the villain for sure.
All right, so what is y'all's definition of closure?
Closure doesn't exist.
Why do you say that?
There's no such thing. You can ask, and I learned that through trying to find it. You can ask as many questions as you want. You can do whatever. You could try this, that, and the third to figure out why the hell something happened. At the end of the day, you're never gonna know, Because it's always, you're going to ask one question, that one question going to lead to another question, that leads to another question, that leads to another question. And it's not you finding closure, it's you trying to talk to that person again. That's really it. So closure doesn't exist.
I think closure exists. I think closure is basically saying what it is and what it ain't. Like, now whether you decide to keep that going, then that's not closure. But after the person says, or after both people say, hey, I'm done, I don't want to do it no more, this is why, boom, the other person says, okay, well, you know, I accept that, whatever, that's closure. I think closure does exist. Whether you decide to close it off is the thing. Like, you can keep it going. You can keep it going for sure. But I think closure
Well, I don't think, okay, then I'll say I don't think closure
haven't
is.
reached closure yet.
This nigga Courtney. We have.
You're funny.
We've came to a decision.
Okay. All right. Well, Sonny, you're next.
Please come on. I would love to play Millions role
Who's
right
Sunny?
here at the Culture Lab.
Who's Sunny?
It's my ex. That's my ex.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, we would love to have you on next time on Closurecast. So whenever that comes up, let us know. We're always going to be ready.
I want to come back for that one. Can I just sit in the back or something? Please. I can sit in the back. Okay, I'll sit in the back for that one.
But please, you just tuned in to Listen to the Millions. I had my ex-girlfriend on the podcast. Million facilitated it. So leave a like, a comment, subscribe to the channel. Fuck with the pod, man.
Music, entertainment, black culture, we're listening to.
And I'm counting every one of y'all until I get to 1 million.